and welcome to this week's episode of Speaking Style on Fashion with Hlolo, where we share with you some tips and tricks on how to better manage your style. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode, as we are trying to do our best to keep you up to date when it comes to fashion. As y'all know, fashion is part of our everyday lives, and it can give people an impression of who we are. And actually, it can be quite a lot of fun if you have a handle on it, though at times it can also be quite frustrating. So on this week's episode, we are discussing what are the latest fashion trends for spring-summer 2021/2022. Just to keep you up to date, to have you looking fresh, checking if you have some of these items already in your closet and how you can mix it up and be up to date. So, on that note, let us begin with sharing with you what are the top Spring-Summer 2021-2022 fashion trends. These trends, we usually look to the runway shows in order to determine what they are. Runway shows always have very similar trends flowing through them in their own individual style. So when you take a look at these shows, you are able to tell which colors, which silhouettes, which styles, which prints are going to be available maybe next year or 2 years down the line, and you will be wearing them, or most people around you will. So I'll be giving you some of these trends that I've picked up around the way on the runways and give you some ideas on how you can wear them in your own style. So on this week's episode, our tip number one on what are the fashion trends for spring-summer 2021/2022 is colors to look out for. The colors to look out for in this coming season are lavender, is very popular. Some bold colors that are coming in terms of cerulean blue, some greens, forest greens in a light green, some natural yellows. Colors are coming back into fashion, kind of reminding me of the time when color blocking was a thing, but right now it's not really about color blocking, more about injecting some punches of color into your wardrobe. Another color to look out for are some earthy tones, colors like brown. I know brown, growing up my mom had so much brown that she was telling me she doesn't want to buy and wear anything brown anymore, but brown is making a comeback. And I'm happy about this color because it generally looks really good on different skin tones. So earthy tones that are coming in are also pearl cream colors, colors like beiges, also a little bit of some greens, colors that are in touch with nature. Those are the colors that you can look forward to this coming summer as well. All right. Now let's do some accessories. Tip number 2 is all about the bag. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but the bag has really been doing its thing in fashion lately. Bags are always around. We use them because we actually seriously need them to carry our survival kit. But bags are always around and we can kind of underappreciate them, but lately they've been demanding attention. We've seen some cute bags, some cute little tiny bags that are so fashionable and impractical, but super cute and fun. We've seen some clutches that are also making a comeback. Yes, clutches. Right now, I know everybody's taking selfies and thinking, how are we gonna have a clutch when we are so used to the crossbody bag, which is super convenient? But clutches are making a comeback. We've seen a couple of them on the runway, so look out for that. As well as, in contrast to the super mini bag, fashion is a world of big contrast. We have the super big bag. I'm personally super happy about this one because I have a lot of things that I need to carry when I go around. My daughter has a lot of things as well, so we are like serious bag ladies when it comes to bags. So big bags are seen on the runway, like really exaggerated shapes. They've seen different runway shows, so it's a great idea to get yourself a nice big bag. This bag is a contrast, it is a punch, and it is as attractive as the tiny bag. When you're carrying one of these bags, people will take notice. So it's a fun way to try out the new bag styles. Alright, so For our next tip for this week, tip number 3. Tip number 3 is the style that is in fashion right now is sort of a neoclassicism, sort of 1940s silhouette, where the dresses and the shirts that we have in fashion give off that classical kind of shape. This is seen a lot in the big exaggerated sleeve styles of dresses and tops that we've seen in the runway. The skirt lengths are also playing along with that type of look in the 40s. A lot of A-line silhouettes in the skirts. The pants as well. Skinnies are sort of kind of moving out of style, as much as we all love them and we don't want them to go anywhere. But wider leg pants are coming into fashion right now, and the silhouette is more classical and sort of even a little bit Grecian inspired, 1940s inspired as well. All right, so our tip number 3, let's wind it back. Okay, so our tip number 4 for this week is the lengths of skirts. Okay, in the runway shows, they've been having different kind of lengths of skirts. On one hand, we have the maxi skirts. A lot of designers have shown some beautiful maxi skirts. Some are pleated, some have a little bit of wrinkled fabrics, some are in very beautiful trendy colors and trendy kind of fabrics, and they are a great fun must-have for summer. Anytime you wear a maxi skirt, it is flowing, it is quite feminine as well, so it feels really good to wear, and it goes with different kind of tops as well. So we've seen a lot of these. You can look out for these. If you still have your maxi skirts from yesteryear, you can pull it out today and put it on and be on trend. And on the opposite side of that, because we said fashion is a contrast world, we have the mini skirt. Mini skirts are coming in. Some risque designers are trying to introduce it in a 90s way, which is a really big trend as well. Some 90s styles are coming back, a la Britney Spears and Paris Hilton in the 1990s. But nobody's really gonna be able to pull that off nowadays. But while other designers on the other hand, like Michael Kors and different designers, are putting in this mini skirt style in a classic, sophisticated way, like this and like this, so you can still implement the mini skirt into your style. If you're not comfortable with that, the maxi skirt is right there for you, and it's equally trending right now. All right, now our tip number 5. You know, the trends are so many. Like, I could maybe do 10 of these, but I'm trying to keep it quick because I know your time is money. So the tip number 5 is something that's been around for a while, like maybe 2 to 3 years, but it is still on trend and people are still looking forward to having it in 2022, and that is sparkle and metallics. Sparkle and metallics have been around for a while now, and we usually associate them with the Western world's Christmas time and party dresses for the New Year's and stuff like that. But they have been introduced in different silhouettes, in shirts, in pants, in suits, in maxi skirts, in dresses, and they are versatile. They are so cute, they are so fresh. If you want to inject some glamour into your style as well, getting something in a metallic is very glamorous and super stylish, and you can enjoy, you know, adding some sparkle into your life for any special occasions that you have to go to, especially as the year is coming to an end and we are expecting to have a couple more get-togethers with COVID restrictions easing a bit all around the world. So it's a great way to sort of, you know, inject a fresh, trending flavor into your style. All right, this week I am adding a number 6. I'm adding a 6th trend because I just have to add this one as well, because you're gonna see it, you're probably not really gonna understand it or vibe with it, but it is something that is coming along into the trending, and that is a going back into the 90s type of trend. There's a lot of watercolor prints. There's a lot of watercolor prints. There's a lot of string fashion, on the runways, things that pull on the sides with strings. In the 90s, I used to have these kind of fashion items as well. So they're coming back in a modern way, whereas, they're just a subtle hint of it as well. So 90s influence in pop culture especially is what is coming back into fashion in summer 2022, and you can look out for some of these styles and see if you still have something in your closet, or you want to get something new and fresh in your closet that has this kind of vibe, and it goes very well with the new kind of jeans that are in. I know some designers are trying to bring back the low rise, but I don't know if most of us are ready for that, because I'm still enjoying my high rise jeans and stuff. But it's also a fun way to look for little pieces that you could find that can work for you in your style. Okay, so for our final trend for this week, we have the sheer trend. Y'all are probably thinking, okay, what is sheer about? Because it's kind of been around and we're not really sure if it's practical for our everyday life, but it is still around in runway shows. There are many beautiful ways you can introduce sheer elements into your clothes, especially when it comes to tops or layering dresses that have slip dresses on the inside for a practical way to wear the style. It is fun and it is very dramatic and glamorous, so don't be afraid to try it out as well. And there are also some knit elements, some crochet elements that also have a sort of sheer kind of vibe as well, and you can layer this into your style as well. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's episode of Speaking Style. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to follow, like, and share on Instagram. Our page is @Hlolo Collection, and you can check it out to see the latest fashion that we are offering in our collection. And don't forget, of course, to shop Hlolo Collection. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Mwah.